Good morning. Wow, what a day. Yesterday was a long day, exciting adventure, lots of stuff going on. Oh, man. Great to see a bunch of you up this morning early and congratulating us on our amazing adventure together as we actually ran a Kickstarter campaign for the Impact Factor movie. Last night at 11:59 on June the 12th, we managed to lock in the final backers, and we're at 129 backers. Just creeped over the $26,000 mark. We made it to $26,024 in pledges, and we are officially funded. Good morning, David Hancock. Wow, you just made my day. So it's a really interesting experience to do something like Kickstarter because it's all or nothing, and it's all in, and you don't know till the last second how things are going to go. Matter of fact, you don't even know at the last second. It's funny. Most people don't realize that, or don't even take into consideration that as a normal part of processing credit cards and things like that, life changes as you go along, and as just as a normal practice, a lot of times after you get funded, a lot of those transactions don't go through because because Kickstarter actually doesn't charge the credit cards until you actually successfully fund the campaign at the very end of your campaign, after they've done this, maybe 29 days ago or something like that. And so it's always down to the wire. But from what they're telling me, even if the funds don't go through at this point, we are successfully funded. So good morning, John McArthur. I'm just taking a minute to celebrate, and to thank people for all of the support. The people that are on here right this second have been a tremendous support to me. I really thank you for that. It's pretty incredible. Somebody just charged your credit card. That's good, John. That's good. Wonderful. I'm glad to see that. I've got a bunch of people that it's marked as pending on there. So we will see if those pending things go through. What Kickstarter actually does is over the next 14 days, they attempt to collect on these pledges and make it go to their bank account. And so if you get a note from Kickstarter that says that your charge did not go through, you have 7 days, I think, to see if you can make that right, if you can get them a credit card that actually works. So hopefully some of those charges will go through here in the next 7 to 14 days. We'll actually get some cash in the line. That will be a wonderful thing. It's amazing what we've done so far on absolutely zero budget, but now we're kicking into full gear, move forward, plow ahead. Wow. This actually created a heck of a lot more work for me, because any moment up till now, I could have said, let's just toss this all in. We'll just forget about it. But now we've got a responsibility to actually produce a movie. And there's so much more to do. We're in the middle of locking in our cast. We're lining up locations. We got to get schedule going because we want to film over the summer and fall. And lots of complicated stuff, lots of work to do, lots of stuff going on. But that's an exciting part of the adventure. We've been working towards this together for over 4 years, some of us. I got just in the other day in my Facebook notices, my timeline review of stuff that happened long ago. We were actually out filming for the Impact Manifesto short film, which is part of this 3-film package. And that's all in the can now, ready to go. That feels really, really good. But we're lining up over 100 nonprofit organizations that we want to highlight and raise awareness and funding for. So if you are involved in a nonprofit organization that would like to get some additional funding and awareness, please let us know what that organization is. Let us know who we can connect with to make that happen, because we want to benefit a lot of people. David Hancock says, all in. John McArthur says, you're looking more starlight this morning. Maybe that's just the dazed look in my eye after 4 hours of sleep or something like that, John. So, so I'm looking for organizations that we can connect with right now. Lots of ways that we're going to be working with nonprofit organizations and foundations and individuals that are doing amazing stuff over the course of this 3-film project. We want to build up those relationships right now, and I was just able to announce, we just announced that Mitch Axelrod, who many of you may know, one of the truly gifted, brilliant people that I have worked with in my Impact Platinum Mastermind before, is taking over the executive producer role in working with nonprofit organizations, corporations, and foundations to build partnerships across the Impact Factor movie. We've got a lot of opportunities to do that, and we want to definitely connect with people that have those organizations. We'll get Mitch to talk to them, find out ways that we can work together. John McArthur says he's got a few ideas. We can talk later. That's fantastic, John. And Denise Griffith, so great to see you today. Fantastic support that you've given us all along the way. I really appreciate that. So now we're ramping up. We're ramping up really, really quickly. You'd think we'd be able to take a breath, but we can't even take a breath. Thomas Boyd was just talking about how excited we were to be able to fund that. And thanks so much for your support, Thomas. Thomas has been a long time, not a close friend. We were not connected with each other for a long, long time, but he's near and dear to my heart because he helped me learn about Impact, and he's supported this project. So that's fantastic. Denise Griffith says, good morning and congratulations. Thank you so much to the entire social media team. If you aren't part of that social media team, the social media team does not go away today. It's over 400 amazing people, and we have to build the audience for the Impact Factor movie at the same time that we're building the production. So we need people to let people know about what's going on with the project as we produce it, as we film it, as we develop strategic relationships with corporations and nonprofit organizations and foundations and individuals that are doing amazing work out there, because part of the core of this project is to be able to highlight and build funding and awareness for organizations that are doing amazing work in the world. So I'm excited about that. So what are the next steps? Well, the next step, the very first next step is to make sure that we get the funds in that people have actually pledged. Kickstarter's working on that. Then we're putting out a casting call. We've done casting in the past, and we casted for the Impact Factor movie trailer. We've got some great actors that really would like to have roles locked into this film that want to participate with us. The list of shows that they've done would boggle your mind. Hey, Kay Rice, so great to see you. Jonathan Freeman, great to see you. We've got a great crew of people on here. David Hancock, John McArthur, Denise Griffiths, Thomas Boyd, Jonathan Freeman, Kay Rice, all marvelous supporters of the Impact Factor movie project. So the next step is finding those organizations that we can work tightly with. And Mitch Axelrod, my amazing friend, brilliant mind, and now executive producer of the Impact Factor movie, in charge of working with corporations, foundations, and nonprofit organizations, will want to connect with organizations that we might be able to highlight over this 3-film project. Now, just to give you a reminder, hey, Billy Hartman, so great to see you. Zach Bergen, fantastic to see you. Thank you both for all of your support too. So we want to connect with organizations right now. There's 3 opportunities to do that. There is, in fact, the Impact Factor, well, first of all, the Impact Manifesto short film, which is specifically designed to raise funding and awareness for over 100 nonprofit organizations. That's already in the can. We're just building those relationships right now to be able to highlight those programs and to generate funds and awareness. We'll be releasing that soon. Then second of all, the Impact Factor narrative drama that's set all within a 5-mile radius of Philadelphia City Hall. There are opportunities. You know, we have highlighted in the script a nonprofit organization that works in the inner city in Philadelphia. Well, we may be able to actually work a nonprofit that exists in the real world into our script and develop a tight relationship with somebody. So if you have somebody that's doing inner city work in the Philadelphia area, a nonprofit organization that we might be able to partner with on this, we're looking for those kinds of opportunities specifically with the Impact Factor narrative film. So if you know people, let me know. I'll put Mitch in contact with them and we'll try and make something magical happen. And then finally, the third part of this whole jigsaw puzzle is the Impact Factor movie feature-length documentary film, which really talks about how you can leverage art, science, and technology to have so much more impact when we work together, because always working together, we can do so much more than we ever could apart. So we're looking for, we've got case studies that we're doing right now. If you want to be involved in a case study for the movie, we had that as an incentive for the Impact Factor movie, but it might still be possible for you to go directly to us and participate in that. If you're interested in doing that, being a case study on an individual basis, then let me know right away. But secondly, we're working with corporations, foundations, and nonprofit organizations to highlight some of the impact that they're being able to have. So we can have impact as individuals, or we can have impacts as organizations. We'd like to highlight both of them. So if you know of organizations that are doing great work, there are a lot of socially conscious corporations that may be interested in partnering on this film also. So 3 ways that nonprofit organizations can get involved with this project. Hey, Felipe Chavez, so great to see you. Thank you so much for all of your support and everything along the way. Felipe is asking if the film is going to be SAG. We're in the midst of exploring all of the funding opportunities for this. It really just depends on the final budget, exactly how we're going to be able to do this. We're still in the process of making that determination. We're working with private investors. We're working with funding from grants, and the Kickstarter campaign, of course, gave us some initial funding, but we definitely need to bring in more. So that question is really dependent on exactly how much money we raise and how fast. So we'll be making that determination very, very, very soon. I'll let you know for sure. Looking forward to having your participation in this project. So thank you so much for all of your support. I'm not sure what else to tell you right now. If you have any other questions, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to address any of your thoughts, your concerns, your excitement, all the things you want to do. If you're interested in casting for this, you can go to impactfactormovie.com/casting. You can take a look at the actual script for the Impact Factor movie feature narrative drama. And if you see a part in there that you think that you can really do a great job on, apply, because we're looking at those things right now. There are lots of roles in this movie, and it's an ensemble cast, so that means that there's lots of opportunities for some really great parts in the movie. Love to have talented actors participating in this project. So on to the next steps. We have to move fast. We have to get filming done over the summer and fall, and just one step at a time. That's my constant mantra. I've got a list of lessons that I've learned from crowdfunding. Maybe I'll be doing a special broadcast on crowdfunding if you're interested in doing crowdfunding for your own projects. Lots of things that I learned along the way. I would love to share some of those things with you. Hey, Inez, so great to see you. I was just talking about all the celebration that we've got going on. So in the last seconds, the final seconds of yesterday, down to 11:59 p.m., we managed to get the last backer in, 129 backers total, who created $26,024 in pledges. We just did crash through that $26,000 milestone, and on June the 12th, 2019 at 11:59, we are officially funded. That's thanks to an amazing team led by Jeremiah, the support of so many people, over 400 people in our social media team. If you're not part of that team, definitely join that team. There is no end to this. This is just the beginning. So what do we have to do next? We have to get all the casting locked in. We have to get all the locations locked in. We have to finalize additional funding so that we can do that. We have to develop partnerships with nonprofit organizations, foundations, and corporations to really back this thing, and to build strategic relationships so we can use to build the audience and do amazing work. If you have any connections in that, Mitch Axelrod, my brilliant and dear friend, has taken over the executive producer role in charge of nonprofit organizations, foundations, and corporations, and working partnerships on those. So contact me or contact Mitch if you have anybody that you would like to have us work with. We need to get out to over 100 nonprofit organizations, individuals that are doing great work, doing good stuff in the world, as my friend Joel Comm would say. Joel Comm, another great supporter for this. If I went down the list of people that have contributed and done amazing things, the list would go on forever. Lori Ruff comes to mind, a huge supporter of this project, really kind of put us over the top, and her dedication and willingness to do that is huge. Larry Steinhaus, who encouraged me, gave me facilities to broadcast from, has been helping with the Impact School of Marketing and all that we're doing here. Huge support. Onyx Singal came out, did a great public plea and a wonderful push for the movie, got us over the initial funding thing through his encouragement. 400 plus members of the social media team, some of whom were just constantly out there. And of course, Jeremiah led that team with extraordinary results, putting in just hours and hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, doing amazing work to encourage people and to keep that team going and moving. Nothing happens if somebody doesn't stir the pot, and Jeremiah was out there stirring the pot every single day. And of course, I've got great friends all over the world. Sammy Fab, tremendous resource to me, came in, made sure that we wouldn't get locked out by credit cards that failed and stuff like that. So I think we are officially funded. We may not get all of the funds in because there's normal attrition whenever you do a campaign like this. And of course, Kickstarter takes their fees out and stuff like that. So that's something you have to be aware of if you're going to be crowdfunding for a project. Be aware that, number one, people are people, right? They have the best of intentions. but there were thousands of dollars that people said that they were going to contribute to this campaign and haven't been able to contribute yet, at least. Hopefully, they'll be able to send that money in after the fact that this crowdfunding campaign has happened. Maybe that will happen, maybe it won't. Other people stepped up to the plate, doubled, tripled their pledges and their backing, always out there doing stuff. So if you're backing a program like this, back early, but stay committed. People are depending on you to make things happen. So I always love those people that do what they say they're going to do. That's a fantastic thing. Now, I know that life steps in and we can't all do what we want to do. And I know that there were people taking extraordinary measures to make sure that they came through on all that the support that they wanted to provide for us. So I'm just thrilled about all of that. Most of all, I'm thrilled that we did get through. Apparently, no matter how much Kickstarter takes out of it or how many chargebacks we've got at this point, we are successfully funded. So we'll get at least some of those funds. So that's a good thing, because it's really crucial that we move ahead now quickly. It's a very, very rapid process that we have to get through. Sometimes when you go through projects like this, it seems like nothing is happening for days, months, years at a time. There were days that we actually went down in pledges because people had to adjust their pledges because of life, So there were 2 separate days in which we actually went down on pledges, and that was not a comfortable feeling. It was not giving me assurance that we were going to get through. Sometimes I felt like I was talking, to the air, out there in the ether, just going out there, and nobody was listening. All of my friends had seemed to have dried up, and then somebody would come through with $1 worth of pledge. Made my day. So I'll try not to yell and scream at you so much about everything that's going on, but I do want to keep you updated. So if you're part of the social media team, that's one of the easiest ways to get updated. I won't be shy about getting the word out, but I probably won't be pounding on your door every day saying, we've only got $325 to go or something like that to break the next milestone. Now will be the time to actually put all of this into production, to get it all scheduled, to get all the locations lined up. If you want to participate in any of this process and you're in the Philadelphia area, or you're not in the Philadelphia area and you'd just like to take part in creating a movie, we can always use volunteers and help and stuff along the way. This is going to be a frugal budget, as my friend Shel Horowitz would say. So one of the first books that my brother John ever recommended when I went back into business for myself was Frugal Marketing by Shel Horowitz. And we later connected, and we've had a relationship for a lot of years. But that's all about being responsible and frugal with your money. So this is going to be a frugal movie. We're going to take care of the donations that you put in there. We're going to get the maximum effect out of there. The way that we're going to do that is by working together. So if you'd like to work on this project together with me, get in contact with me. Let me know how you can help, what skills you can bring to the table, what we can do together to make something special. It's a rainy day here in Philadelphia. I hope wherever you are, the rains are coming down in the right amounts. You don't get flooded out. You don't get drought, that life is easy, smooth, and full of amazing people just like mine is. Actually, life is never smooth. It's always the peaks and valleys. We think success is just going up, up, up. But the truth is it's all ups and downs. We all have highs and lows. The way that we get through that is that we celebrate with our friends when we have moments like this, where we successfully funded $26,000 worth of movie working together. That's 129 people that stepped up to the plate and are doing something amazing. And actually even more than that. I mean, some people that couldn't financially back it have done extraordinary work to help us get the word out and those kinds of things. So I'm really happy today. Take today and celebrate. I've got a lot of work to do. We're working here at the at Investor Schooling. If you would like to come to a class tonight, we've got class. You can come as my personal guest if you're interested in learning about stock option trading or real estate investment. Great instructors. Tonight, Phil Falcone is going to be here giving some world-class instruction, and Larry Steinhaus is off cruising in the northern seas somewhere. I hope he's having a great time, a great supporter. So John says, have a great day. I'm off to work on my staycation to-do list, but we'll call you later. Great, fantastic. I'll look forward to your call, John. Thank you so much to everybody that was here this morning. Inez, John, Felipe, Zach, Billy, Kay, Jonathan, Thomas, Denise, David Hancock. Thank you so much. You made my day. I am so happy that I get to share this high moment with you. When you have your low moments, I hope that somebody steps up to the plate for you, just like they've stepped up to the plate for me throughout my life. Working together, we can do so much more than we ever could apart. You have a huge impact in the world just by existing. Working together, though, we can make that impact so much greater. I'm looking forward to what we're doing with the Impact Factor movie. Stay tuned because we got more coming.